Good, happy Friday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, Hopkinton mother high on drugs crashes with children in car, police say. A Hopkinton mother is facing a slew of charges after she drove into Massachusetts to buy heroin before crashing into a parked vehicle in Salem with her two children. In a new TV ad, GOP group hits Hassan for using taxpayer dollars for security while camping. The same pro-Republican issue advocacy group that accused Governor Maggie Hassan of lagging in the fight against the state's heroin epidemic will return to the airwaves Friday, this time criticizing her for spending taxpayer dollars on her security detail for political events. New Hampshire holding annual moose lottery for 71 permits. New Hampshire is holding its annual moose hunting lottery on Friday. Publisher Forbes campaign with Ashu talks about Trump. Magazine publisher and business magnate Steve Forbes returned to New Hampshire on Thursday to campaign with Republican 1st District U.S. House candidate Rich Ashu, calling the former BAE system executive the most qualified candidate for the seat. Four-alarm brush fire in Pelham burns 2 acres. A 4-alarm brush fire burned in Pelham Thursday afternoon. Salem dispatcher resigns from police force following husband's arrest. A Salem police dispatcher has resigned following her police force husband's arrest on federal extortion charges. Aerosmith star Steven Tyler stops by Best of New Hampshire Awards party. The Granite State-owned Steven Tyler showed up, and he partied like a rock star. DHHS released PFC blood testing results from Pease trade port. The New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services has released a final report analyzing results from the Pease International Trade Port Pharmaceutical Blood Testing Program. Veterans on motorcycles ride to bring home POWs, MIA soldiers. More than 500 people took over the street of Meredith Thursday in the 23rd annual Rolling Thunder Freedom Ride. Manchester man sentenced for bank robberies. A bank robber was sentenced to more than 5 years in federal prison after committing a string of crimes last fall. Bedford police urge vigilance following car burglaries. Police are urging residents to be extra vigilant after arresting 3 men on suspicion of attempting to break into vehicles. Man arrested, suspected of selling drugs that led to overdose. A Kingston man is facing a federal drug charge on suspicion of selling heroin or fentanyl to a man who overdosed and died. New Hampshire farmers deal with the continuing drought conditions. Drought conditions are continuing in New Hampshire, and farmers are trying to cope at a time of year when local produce begins appearing in farm stands. House suspends rules passing granite hammer bill. Law enforcement agencies across the state are poised to receive more resources to fight the war on drugs after state lawmakers passed a funding package Thursday to target high drug trafficking areas. Toddlers found wandering with drug paraphernalia in Gilmington. 2 children are safe after a passerby found them wandering the streets in Gilmington. Burfer camp trashes career politician Rubio. U.S. Senate candidate Carson Buffer has a message for Marco Rubio now that the Senate is entertaining an 11th-hour re-election bid, a vote skipping immigration reform, embracing double-talking career politician whose Washington darling won't be tough to beat in a GOP primary. U.S. features slightly lower ahead of housing data. Wood markets Berkshire-eyed. U.S. stock index features indicated a lower open on Friday as trenders eyed the release of housing starts and building permits at 8:30 a.m. and kept an eye on developments in foreign markets. Hundreds evacuated as thousands of acres burn across western states. Hundreds of firefighters are scrambling to contain several wildfires that have broken out across 3 southwestern states caused by hot and dry weather. Blazes in California, Arizona, and New Mexico threaten communities with thousands of residents, where so far hundreds of homes have been evacuated. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday. Goodbye, everyone.